Welcome back to Charlie and Friends this week. I hope you guys enjoyed last week's program. I know we got a good kick out of it, laughed a little bit, and had a few guests last week. This week we're going to have a few guests with us too. Jeff Crow, he'll be back with me, my old sidekick. He's still hanging around. And I'm going to have a new person here today, Heaven Young, be introducing him. And we'll all be telling some stories today, or I will be, like normal. And today, if you notice, the backdrop's a little different. We got little tombstones back there. And I was thinking this morning, I was laying in bed, and I got thinking about when I was a little kid. When I used to live in Selma, where I grew up at, I talked about all the farm that we used to live on. But this is before that. Before that, we lived on Pine Street, a little baby house. And only a 2-bedroom house, and kitchen, living room, and that was it. And I try to remember how old I was at that time, and I've been having a hard time to remember that because I just learned how to ride a bike. I remember that part of it. And I got this bike going down the road, fast as I could go, and I looked down at my feet to see what they were doing, and I hit a car head on. That took care of my bike. It wrecked my bike, tore it all up. But inside that house, it was weird at night for some reason. I don't know why. But me and my younger brother, Terry, we slept in the same bed because we were poor kids, My older brother, he got a bed by himself. The room wasn't big enough for 3 beds, so we just had 2 beds in there. And for some reason at nights, me and my younger brother, we wanted the lights on all the time. All the time we wanted the lights on. For the simple reason, we'd see my mom would come in there and put us to bed every night. Then she'll leave, and when she left, turn all the lights off in the house and got in bed. Me and my little brother would be sitting there looking at this closet, and I swear, people would come out of this closet, black shadows or something. And they'd be tall ones, little ones, and they'd just come out like walk in front of us. We'd sit there, screaming, yelling. My mom comes in there, turns the light on, all gone. Try to talk her in, stay in, keep the lights on. Nope, she wouldn't do it because of the energy problem, I guess. But anyway, she turned the lights back off on us, and we'd go to bed again. Wouldn't be 10 minutes later, here comes them shadows again, bopping around out there at us. And we'd hide underneath our covers. Oh, they'll go away. So we'd go underneath there and hide. And every once in a while, we'll bring them down, peek our heads out. Oh, no, they're still there. And we ended up sleeping all nights with our head under covers, constantly. And that was like the beginning of paranormal to me. I remember that for a long, long time, and it never did go away on me. And then they start showing these shows of paranormal out there, and I'm going, wow, I seen this, what they're talking about when I was young. And we had like 3 houses in our lives that we lived in. One was on Pine Street, then we had the ranch, where we got all the trouble in I've been telling you guys about for the last 4 weeks. Finally one day we sold that ranch and bought another house in Selma on Leonard. And this house we bought was 150 years old. One of the first houses built in Selma. In fact, there was 2 of them. Our house and this other lady's house right down the street. She was a 3-story house, and she took me in there one day when we were kids, showing us where her was set up. And on her 3rd floor, she had it all set up like a hospital. So it's really crazy. But before I get into that story, I kind of want to bring Jeff and Haven in. Maybe they get into the story right with me when I tell them what's going on here. So I'd like to introduce, Jeff Crow, everybody knows you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I feel sorry for him, but they know you. And Heaven Young, he's new. First time he's been on the show today. And I don't know what he knows about ghosts or anything, but I know he's got some products over there we're going to be showing here after a while in a little bit. But right now, I'm going to get on with that one story. This house on Leonard Street, we had just scared us to death. Us 3 boys. And later on, we got 2 sisters that we adopted, that came into the same house. And while we were there, downstairs, you always heard funny noises, but we never thought nothing of it. No ghost, no nothing. Then one day, we played like a hide and seek with our BB gun before we got caught, got them tore up, before my dad broke them. We was out in the front yard, and we had this back door that we never used for some reason. Every house we ever lived at, we never used the front door. It's always the back door for some reason, seemed like. And this front door was always locked. It took an old skeleton key to open it. That's how old it was. But it was locked all the time. So we was playing our games that day. We were sitting out in the front yard trying to get our act together, figure out where we're going to track these other boys down, because there's like 6 of them, and they were running down the streets, away from us to hide, and we got to find them. And we kind of thought they were in the house because that door opened, and a head came out and stuck out and looked around. We go, wow, that's them, they're in the house. So real quick, what we did, 2 of us stood there and watched that front door, make sure nobody came out of that front door. And the rest of us, as fast as we can run, we ran back to that back door. So now we got them trapped. They're in that house.
Yeah.
We went in that house. We looked at every room, upstairs, downstairs, you name it. We looked at, and nobody there. Then we all still we didn't think nothing about no ghost or nothing. Not yet. I mean, we're just working those guys well. I swore we seen them in there. So we went outside and we talked about it a little bit. That's how we seen them in there, and just couldn't figure out where would they go. And finally, about an hour went by, and we could not find them. Finally, we looked down the field. We had 10 acres out there, and here they come a-walking. They're hiding down at the ditch. And we didn't know they were down there at the ditch. We asked them who was inside the house. Nobody. We all went down the ditch. And the rest of us kind of looked at each other like, oh, what was it then?
Yeah.
'Cause we know we seen it. I mean, we couldn't deny it because we seen it. So we just kind of let it go past over our heads for a while. Kept on going to school. Everything's peace and quiet. Then one day we adopted these 2 girls. My uncle got a car wreck and got killed, and mother got killed. His wife did, and they had 6 kids. So we adopted them all out in the family. So we took 2 of the girls. And when we took those girls, they ended up taking the downstairs bedroom, the only bedroom we had for us boys, and those boys went to the attic.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
And up in the attic was an attic. And my dad got us up there, and we laid down plywood and nailed it all down and came up about halfway with the plywood, but we never did get it finished. I mean, the upper half is always open. And every night we'd go to bed up there, and it'd be nice and quiet most of the time. But every once in a while, we'd get these stairs we had to hear coming right up to our door. And you'd hear that door knock, trying to get in. And we always figured usually when it happened, one of us boys wasn't there. So we figured one of us, that's Terry, or that's Chris, And we'd jump up and run over there, open that door real quick. Nobody. And this just kept on into that house. It drove us nuts. And we'd be laying in there, and we'd hear stuff in the back, the attic, like there's running around and stuff. So I'd figure, that's rats, And we told our parents about it. My dad said, no, can't be no rats up there. We got a exterminator that comes out and got rat poison out and all this stuff. There should be nothing up there. And you go out there and, fall in that hole, we look and walk all the way around it, and you wouldn't find nothing. So we don't know what was going on there. But one day, we heard this coming up to it. I said, well, we'll fix them again. We went by that door, and we opened the door. And when we opened the door, my dad just put in brand new carpet, brand new. And he went to the coast, and Mom left us boys there at home by herself. And we opened this door, this can of green paint flew past us, hit the stairs, and boom, 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 boom. And when it hit the bottom floor, all over the floor. I mean, on the wall, everything. And we were, what are we going to do? I mean, we all pitched our money in together and went down and got all these chemicals, and we scrubbed, we washed, we scrubbed. I mean, this went on for a couple of days, and then they come back. We thought we had it pretty good cleaned up, but we didn't. So my dad walked in, moved through the paint. Dad, we don't know. It wasn't us. It just came flying out. Oh, yeah, sure. Give me your car keys. This time my older brother had car keys, and he took his car keys away. Wouldn't let him drive. You know, and we're saying, well, sorry, we don't know. We just kind of let it go on by. But that house, we had problems with that house all the time like that. And later in the years, I talked to my sisters, and they started saying, yeah, we heard things, we seen things too. So it wasn't just us boys that were seeing that stuff in that house.
Mm.
And one day, finally, when we all got older, we sold it. My dad sold the house. And he bought another house, and me and my older brother, we lived there for a while, and we didn't want to come in there. It got so bad of noises, and you'd hear voices, nobody there. And finally, I got my own apartment in Fresno, and I said, Chris, you're on your own, man. I'm getting out of this house. And I knew that out here in Fig Garden for a while. And then my dad said, well, I guess I'll sell it. So he sold that house. And within 1 year, the owner of that house got a bulldozer and whacked that house down.
Oh.
And I never knew why for a long time. And so Lonnie Wells, our neighbor, I was asking him what it was. Why did they tear that down? And he goes, that guy came over here and tried to tell me there was ghosts in that house, and it drove me nuts. And he just mowed it down and built a new house. I said, oh, it made me feel real good. Mm-hmm. But man, I mean, people about ghosts, it's really you get a kick out of it sometimes. I mean, I do now after watching all those shows.
Yeah.
I even took my granddaughters and grandsons. We went to Virginia City, and we did a little ghost hunting up there, and I'll tell you about that in a little bit here because we're going to have a commercial here, real quick. So we'll be right back here, about 10 minutes or 5 minutes.
Or 100 or
100.
5 or
Yeah,
two.
we
Rethink
sure.
your drink with independent Javita member Christine Levin. Call 559-301-5177 and get healthy and wealthy.
For information on author Steve Hammond's Rise of the Penguin saga, visit www.riseofthepenguins.net.
Kissed by the Moon, your cloth diaper and natural parenting store. Call 559-231-7101 or visit them online at kissedbythemoon.com.
Low testosterone affects most men. Dr. Kevin Lester discusses the testosterone optimization program.
The top program is a testosterone optimization program designed to improve men's health and well-being. Men's testosterone, which diminishes gradually from the time they're about 30 or 35 to about the time they die, which is hopefully 86, 87, they gradually have less and less testosterone. Your belly becomes fatter, your blood vessels become worse, you become out of shape, you get grouchy. Come in for a free measurement, and then it's almost always insured. Almost all insurance companies cover it, including Medicare, but it's free to come in for the first consultation. After that, even if you're a cash patient, it's $140 a month.
Find out more about the testosterone optimization program by visiting tophatmed.com or calling 559-431-2332. Mike Briggs Properties sells homes in the Tower District and throughout Fresno and the Valley. Did you know we also sell businesses? Why work to build someone else's business when you could build your own? The small businesses we have for sale include restaurants, professional practices, and you can even own your own TV show. This week's featured businesses include an established Pizza by the Slice business in the heart of the Tower District, and also available a laundromat in Van Ness Village. If you are interested in owning a business, call Mike Briggs Properties at 486-6758 and ask for details.
Looking for a travel agent? Look no further. Bianca Echeveste can make your travel dream a reality, even on a budget. Visit ilovemytravelbiz.com or call Bianca at 559-284-2217.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
Well, welcome back. Commercials all done and gone with. Now we'll get down to some serious business. got one little story else to tell you about. I'll tell you about Virginia City. And I know you guys all been up there. Everybody's been to Virginia City, I think. And that is known to be a ghost town. And one year, I took my grandkids up there, all of them. And we took the motorhome up there and parked, and people told us about this graveyard, how haunted it was, this and that. And the kids, they'd never been nothing like that before. So I talked them in, all going. So we got our little flashlights out and went and got in the cemetery where it was daylight, because you couldn't go in there after night. They'd lock it up. So we snuck in there and hid way in back. That had like 3 to 4 cemeteries back to back. You know, older and younger, and way down here, the new ones. But the old ones was old. And they were toward the back. And so we went out and hid way back there for about an hour, 2 hours. It seemed like it was forever. And then seen the guy come around with his little flashlight checking everything, make sure it was all clear. Seen him leave, and man, we come out and do our investigation. We were thinking, we just seen it on TV here about a week before that. We got our little flashlight, we're walking out there, and these grandkids kept telling me, "Oh, see that, Papa? Oh, see that, Papa? What do you see?" I seen this round light go, just burst in the air like fireworks. You kids are out here gourd. I don't see nothing like that. You guys are seeing things here. Because, I mean, I never did see it, but they claim they seen it. Though as we was walking and talking, though, we got going, and we got into the really old section of it. I said, you guys, we all got to sit down there and be real quiet and see what we can hear. Man, they're all getting down there and real huddled and squeezing in with each other, you know, and all of a sudden I'm getting back with them, and I'm looking at this tombstone. Well, we had like about 3 or 4 men in a row. And then the next thing I see a head go like that. And I go, whoa, hey, kids, did you guys see that? I said, there's something over there. I mean, they just sat there. And we tried to get a little closer to it, but we waited. Next time we see another head come out on the other side, look at us, come back, and you'd see one at the next tombstone look up, duck back down real quick. This all went on for about 10 minutes or so. And finally I said, you know what, we got to go there and see what's there, boys. Papa, I don't think we really should. Yeah, like, no, we got it. So we went over there, and they just, like magnets, just stuck to me. They all grabbed a hold of me.
Oh, yeah.
I like drug them over there, and we looked, there's nothing there. And I go, wow. I said, now I really see that myself. I seen them go in and out. You kids seen it too, did you? Oh, yeah, Papa, we seen them. And they go, I think we need to get out of here. I said, well, not yet. Then we were walking around some more. Then all of a sudden we looked to our left out there, and we seen these red eyeballs, about the height of a man, I'd say, out there just floating around. And we seen those eyeballs, and I said, hey, you guys see that? Yeah, we see it. And didn't think much of it. I just thought it was lights way far away. But no matter where we walked, those 2 red eyeballs followed us. And finally, the kids, they got so scared, they said, Papa, we got to go. And all of a sudden, they just grabbed me and took off running. And we're looking back, and these eyes followed us right to that gate. When we got through that gate on the other side, it stopped at the gate and disappeared.
Whoa.
And then we thought, wow, man, that don't know what it was. That's probably been an animal maybe, or this or that. Then here, 2 weeks later, we're all sitting there watching TV, and this thing comes on, Ghost Adventures.
Wow.
And they're talking about these red lights or eyeballs out there, how they hunted them down too.
Oh.
And they tried to catch it or go back and get a film at whatever it was, it'd be gone. But it followed them around till they walked outside the gate too.
Oh.
I go, man, that was it just verified what we seen. So I tried to get them to go up there again. No more. They won't go with me. So if I got to do anything more like that, I got to do it by myself. But anyways, let's get rid of the ghost here for a minute. And Haven here, he's got some stuff I need to know about. It's about the body. It's supposed to keep me, I don't know, younger or older.
Yeah, look at me. I'm a few weeks older than you are.
Yeah. To keep us alive better?
Yeah, I've lost 50 pounds. I had a Buddha belly.
No. Oh, really?
Yeah, in the last year.
Now, I got to see this stuff. You got it with you?
Yeah, I've got it over
Can
here in
you
a box.
Yeah, bring it. I got one of them billies that I have tried to get rid of. Just got to see what you got.
Sure. What we have is most people haven't heard of Moringa oleifera.
You can leave it there you go.
And,
Go ahead.
Okay. Most people haven't heard of Moringa oleifera. It's an ancient plant, and we package it in a sachet so that you can take it with you. If you mixed it with water and tried to go through TSA or take it on a trip, you know, you can't take a water bottle in the airport or get around. This, you just put it in water. It's got 90 plus vitamins and minerals, 46 antioxidants, 36 anti-inflammatories. People with arthritic problems, they go away in a day or three. It's nutrition the body can use. It's got some places it says 18 to 20 amino acids. You know about amino acids? Those are the building blocks that our body makes our cells from. With the food that we have today, they've obliterated it by pasteurizing it, homogenizing it, and doing everything to the food. You know, processing it one way or another. This is all bioavailable. This is just a pulverized, crushed plant called the moringa tree, the miracle tree, as they call it. One of my buddies I was playing poker with, and I asked him about if he had ever heard of Moringa oleifera, and he said,
No, I heard of aloe vera.
Yeah, oleifera.
Yeah.
It's oleifera, not aloe vera.
Oh, not aloe vera, because they got that.
Yeah, no, it's not the aloe vera plant.
Not that plant.
No, that's a succulent. This is a tree.
Got a fruit tree, got like a grow fruit.
Yeah, it's fruit. It's not really a fruit, but the seeds. They have seeds and flowers. And it's an ancient plant. It's referred to in the Bible. In Exodus 15:22 through 25, when Moses went to Mur and they couldn't drink the water, and he was asking God about not providing for his people, he threw in a bush, and it purified the water. This, by process of elimination, is the only tree. No, it wasn't a burning one.
You heard that story too. That's good.
And this is the only plant that purifies water. So by process of elimination, I don't think they said, unless there's a different interpretation of the Bible somewhere I haven't read, they haven't said Moringa oleifera, but just by what it does, it will purify and make water palatable and drinkable.
So we had a big shortage of water here, and I had some stinky water at my pool. Will that clean it?
I won't say yes or no because I'm not a chemist and I haven't tried that, but you can take stagnant water and get a layer of it purified. It'll separate the junk, as they say, the layers of it. Until I would get it tested and find out for sure exactly how it is. I'm a skeptic, so I got to have it proven to me before I really put it to the test on that.
I know I bought a straw thing that does it. Show. They show me they put those messy water and drink, and I go, ooh. Does it really work? He said, yeah. And she gave it to me and mixed all the dirt and stuff in this water, and it came through just crystal clear.
Crystal clear, yeah.
But it looked like it did have seeds in it, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they use the seeds.
This water thing had a round bowl in it.
Okay.
And they had seeds and stuff in it.
Well, that may have been the moringa seeds, Moringa oleifera seeds. They use that, and it's got antioxidants, it's got amino acids, so it's got just about everything your body needs to build itself back up. So we have people that have all kinds of conditions, and they seem to go away. And I can't say that it cures anything, because of the FDA and all that stuff. But you can go to PubMed.gov, so that's the publicmed.gov, and you type in Moringa oleifera and any condition you want, and it will give you a study. It's one of the most studied plants. So we don't even have to provide.
Where do they grow at?
Huh?
Where do they grow at?
15 degrees of the equator is the optimum,
Be about the right temperature.
yeah, right temperature. Himalayas, our product is grown in the Himalayas. There's a botanist, a plant doctor here in Fresno that did his thesis and whatever on Moringa oleifera, and he does all kinds of things with moringa, and he hadn't heard about this varietal, and he even worked with a hospital and helped. He's one of these guys that can take plants and change them back to the RNA, as he calls it. And he worked with one of the hospitals. They were working with leukemia, and they were the process of leukemia hurts the kids, if not as much or more than what the leukemia does.
The stuff that they're doing to them.
Yeah. And so they did a study on, and he made a plant with moringa seeds that got really huge. He morphed them.
Yeah.
And his grandson came down with leukemia, and they wouldn't let him into the study because the study already started. So, he couldn't start it. The young man dies. 17 days later, they approve the plant and the process that he helped create with one of the major hospitals. And it's now a process they use for kids with the anti-inflammatories and antioxidants, really major. They really stuffed it full of antioxidants for kids with being treated with all these chemicals for leukemia. And so they do use this moringa as a
Real medicine.
real medicine.
Yeah.
And you can buy it in the natural form.
That's awesome. We got 10 seconds before our next commercial break, so that's a good note to leave off of before we head back in, and then have him explain a little bit more about it, and then get into a little bit more about ordering here. We'll be right back in a second.
And we got one more guest too.
Julie Fulcher is the real estate agent for you. Contact Julie Fulcher at WeSellCaliforniaHomes.com or call 559-905-7386.
Selecting for the best employee or boss? Make an informed decision. Learn more at TeamPlayerHR.com.
Are you looking for a home to buy or have a home to sell? Call EVC Homes 559-448-6484 or visit evchomesllc.com. EVC Homes, redeveloping neighborhoods one home at a time.
Here at Central Valley Talk, we've chosen Select Business Systems to provide for our copy, print, and scanning needs. We used to think it was cheaper to purchase our own toner and maintain our own office equipment. But now, with the expertise and experience of Select Business Systems, our office workflow is running at peak performance, saving our company time and money. They've truly set us up with our new Sharp multifunction copier, streamlining our office with the press of a button. To find out how you can improve your office technology, call Select Business Systems at 446-0123 or visit their website at selectsharp.com.
Every horse deserves a chance. Contact Foothill Horse Rescue at 559-797-6191 or visit foothillhorserescue.weebly.com.
Flowers and more. Bullard and Marks in Fresno. Call 440-0920 or visit thefresnoflorist.com.
Come help heal mind, spirit, and body. Treat yourself to the healing experience of Reiki. Classes available.
To learn more about Kingston Bay Senior Living, call 559-568-4048 or visit KingstonBayFresno.com.
Pasture-grazed, delicious, nutrient-dense, 100% organic raw milk from Organic Pastures. Visit OrganicPastures.com or call 1-877-RAW-MILK.
Sunshine Natural Health in Tulare, California is your source for nature's best remedies. Call Sunshine Natural Health at 559-688-2063 and get healthy.
Maintain your independence with the caring support of an entire community at Cedar Creek Senior Living. For more information, call 559-673-2345.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
All right, welcome back. We're back here again, and we've been sitting here going over a lot of stuff with Haven here, and I found one package here. This stuff right here, this XM Plus. It says that it's for extreme morning. What's that word?
Moringa
Moringa,
energy.
yeah.
Extreme
Moringa energy.
Yeah.
Instant powder drink and mix. It says pour it in water, so I'm gonna try one here. Just see
Yeah,
how
it's,
it works, and if it does what it says it's going to do. See what it tastes like, Lee.
Yeah, some people look at it and they go, "Oh, it's a green drink," because they've gone to the blender and to the store and bought vegetables and put it in there. And if you don't add some fruit to it or something like that, a green drink can be mighty unpalatable. So we formulated this to where it's very palatable. It's a pleasant taste. You think you get it all? Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there.
Give it a shake. Here, put the lid on. So the nice thing is, like I said, you can take that with you anywhere because it's in a package instead of in a bottle, and you don't have to lug the weight around in a backpack if you're backpacking. The plant also has protein in it, so unlike most trees, only beans usually have protein in them.
Mm-hmm.
This has protein in the leaves also.
Just even do me in.
Yeah.
Chuck, there'll be the last episode of Chuck's show.
Yeah.
Tastes bad. Tastes like a mango.
Yeah, it's a pleasant tasting. They formulated it to where, even though it looks like swamp water, pool slime, as I call it sometimes.
Looks like I'm drinking mud.
Yeah, and
But it's got a good flavor to it.
it does. It really does.
It does.
It's a good flavor, and it'll give you some energy.
How long will this energy last?
You don't want to take it too much later than now if you want to go to sleep tonight, or you'll be up cleaning the garage.
Oh, no.
Now's fine, but if you were to wait too much later, you'd be up cleaning the garage.
My wife probably love it.
Oh, yeah.
For me, get me off the couch.
Yes, you'll be surprised. In about an hour or so, and maybe even certain people it works quicker. Some people it takes a little longer. But
now, where do you get this stuff?
I'm a distributor for a company called Zija International, and it's a product sold through distribution from individuals, so you can't go into a store and buy it. You can...
You ever thought about putting it in stores?
No, they prefer to do word-of-mouth selling.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because we got like a health store there in Visalia.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody goes for stuff like this.
Yeah, and so we go for the word-of-mouth selling, and we got people, and Jeff's involved. You can order some from Jeff. He's got some. Mike is involved, so you can talk to Jeff.
Mike Briggs?
Yes, sir. So they're involved. It's
Is that where you get your energy from?
Yeah, of course.
Because you're always be bopping around here 100 miles an hour, man. I was wondering, are you drinking this mud?
Disclosed.
Yeah.
Hey, you drinking some of this mud?
So,
mud all day.
yeah, no, it's a marvelous product. We have a weight loss management. I get people that are on the management system and they don't even crave food, because when I was talking about the nutrition, today's diet, Taco Bell, McDonald's, all of the different places.
Stuff I live on.
Pepperoni, pizzas, and that kind of stuff. Your body isn't satiated. It doesn't have the nutrients it needs. Like when we grew up and our folks, had their own garden and we ate
Yeah,
real
we did.
food.
Yeah.
We ate real food.
On our ranch out there, that's what we did. We grew everything.
Yeah, so now this has about everything in it. In fact, if I do this,
So how do they contact you on this to find out?
they can, if they know me from my locksmith business, they can call me there. My cell phone number is 790-7040, and they can call me. They can call Jeff, and Jeff can get them in touch with me or him. It doesn't make any difference to me who you talk to. It's just word of mouth. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the button.
What's going to happen?
Suri, what's the most nutritious plant on earth?
On it. Good. I'll be darned.
Moringa oleifera.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's try.
So Suri
we were talking about
says-
ghosts earlier. Let's try it on my phone. Make sure that works too.
Suri says that it's Moringa oleifera. And no, I didn't set this up. This is not a recording. You can get it too. You try it at home. It works. You can ask Siri, you ask Google, what's the most nutritious plant
And
on
that'll
earth?
come up.
That'll come
be
up.
darned.
I mean, I don't need validation. Like I was telling you earlier, I've lost 50 pounds in the last year. My doctor's taken me off 2 meds. He's cut 2 of my meds in half.
What kind of meds?
Cholesterol and thyroid,
Ooh, I take thyroid.
and he cut my blood pressure to every other day and my triglycerides to every other day.
I take
Now,
blood
between
pressure.
weight loss, it's not just the moringa.
Yeah.
You got to have the weight loss because your body can't carry that weight. We've developed a system.
Which one gives rid of the weight?
It's a system. That's the thing. I've got a whole box of stuff. Some other time I'll come back and show you the rest
All
of the
right.
story. I don't want to give it all away. But we have Thermalgenics, we have cleansing tea to cleanse your colon, to get your express your system out. We have, this one here has probiotics in it, so for your gut health.
Yeah.
Okay, so we use a system, so it's not really just the moringa that does it, it's the culmination of
Different things.
getting your body back in sync.
All right, the big question. Mm-hmm. How expensive are these?
About $3 to $4 a day.
I think that's like a meal.
I mean, if you go to Starbucks and cut out one Starbucks, you've got it covered.
Yeah, that's $6 right there.
So it's doable.
Yeah.
It's very, very,
Yeah.
very doable.
$3 ain't bad. And that's a whole box for $3.
Yeah,
Not
the
just one
box,
package.
one package is $3.
Oh, okay, so one package in there is $3.
Right.
So for this,
So there's 8
Box.
packages in here.
3 times that. I ain't got a mathematical brain here.
3 times 8 is 24.
Yeah.
And actually, it's $25 for the box. So
Oh,
I lied by 33 or
Well,
some odd cents.
that's it. That's in market. Because today for yesterday, I had to go pick up my prescriptions.
Okay.
And when I picked them up, I sat in there and had this big old shelf, of all fast this, go where, lose fat here, 20% faster here, this and that, And I was just sitting there reading all that stuff there. And all the prices, they went from $23 to $45 for this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you thought the $45 stuff would be good, so that's what I thought.
Uh-huh.
Well, I bought the best they had up there, it said.
Okay.
They're taking it, they ain't done nothing.
Nothing.
Except take my money.
We have an 8-day sample pack that I can get to people. I've had one guy lose 11 pounds in 8 days.
Boy, I can go for something like that.
And it's the whole system. It's with the Thermalgenics, it's with the probiotics, and it's with the energy drink. And they've got an 8-day supply available. If you get a hold of me and go to a meeting, if we're going to a meeting and seeing the product and everything else, I'll give you an 8-day supply, or you can call me up and I'll
I'd
charge you
like
$25 and I'll give you an 8-day supply for $25.
Yeah, I'd like to learn more about this stuff. I know the people in my town would love it. The ones that's going to be, I know if I say it, everybody looks at the show if I say it.
Okay.
I mean, they all can't wait till I get done with it, shoot it all out to
Okay.
they're going to eat this stuff live.
Yeah.
They love it. They probably want to know what more about this stuff. So all of us.
Yeah.
So I work also on the grand jury there.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I'm the foreman there. Believe it or not, I have been for the last 2 years. And all of us, every one of us, except one guy, we're all overweight.
Well, who isn't anymore? All the kids. Boys always had ADHD, the attention deficit disorder.
Yeah.
Girls are now coming up with it. Our food system has been robbed so completely of nutrition that it's affecting even girls now. I mean, just the nutrition in our food is just...
Is this what you're saying? This astonishes me.
And it's a plant that's been around forever. It's an ancient plant. But we've got a doctor, and his name is Plant, by the way, Dr. Joshua Plant. Joshua Plant. And he formulated this, because you can go on eBay or Amazon and you can buy leaves and seeds.
Yeah.
But he formulated it because the different systemic systems of the plant, the fruit, the seeds have certain vitamins in it, the leaves have certain vitamins in it, the flowers have certain vitamins in it, the bark has certain antioxidants and inflammatory. So it's the combination of using the whole plant.
Yeah, get everything together.
So that's what makes us different. Otherwise, you could go to Amazon and buy whatever you want.
Yeah, you could just bring up something like that. That's how I've been trying to find stuff out about this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Not exactly this stuff, but other stuff before I can lose weight.
Right.
I'm dying to get back down to. I'd settle for 210. I was 154 though, but I went to the hospital to come out thinner.
Yeah, I did that once too.
Every time I go to the hospital, I lose weight, and I just get tired. I don't want to go to the hospital and lose weight no more.
No, it's not a happy thing.
No,
In 06, I was a month and a half in the hospital.
I was only there 2 weeks, but I had pneumonia, and they turned around and give me a shot, sucking blood. Never could rest. They take me, rest up? Oh, yeah, right.
How do you rest up when they're waking you all night long?
Yeah, blood test time, or suck it out. Oh,
sure.
Man. Crazy stuff in there.
But that's the core nutritional value. But like I said, there's a whole process for the weight loss, and it's because you got to lose the weight. It's not just the nutrition. The nutrition, the weight loss, the colon health, the gut health with your probiotics, get your gut back in order. When I was a young man, the next door neighbor gal, her son been in the hospital, had a lot of antibiotics and whatever. Uh-huh. He was pronounced well, and he kept losing weight. And it took him, and she was a nurse X-ray technician actually, and she had to take him back to the doctors, and what they found is they ruined everything in his gut. He had no flora left in his gut. So once they got flora back into his stomach, he started being able to assimilate the food.
Well, we're getting down. We're almost running out of time here.
2 seconds left. We'll probably pick up more on this conversation next
Most definitely,
week.
You got to come back with more of this stuff.
We have to talk back next week more about moringa.
That's a must, man.
And then we'll have you try it at the top of the hour next time, though. See if it kicks in within the showtime.
I'll let you know by next Friday.
Thank you, Haven.
All right, thank you.
Pasture-grazed, delicious, nutrient-dense, 100% organic raw milk from Organic Pastures. Visit organicpastures.com or call 1-877-RAW-MILK.
Sunshine Natural Health in Tulare, California is your source for nature's best remedies. Call Sunshine Natural Health at 559-688-2063 and get healthy.
Maintain your independence with the caring support of an entire community at Cedar Creek Senior Living. For more information, call 559-673-2345.
Need security for your business or event? Central Valley Talk recommends JLS Global Metro Security. Call JLS Global Metro Security at 559-273-0097. If you're considering a reverse mortgage in the Central Valley or just want more information, contact Jerry Carmichael. She's experienced and, more important, she's local. Call 559-903-6903. Call Brian Kosick today at 559-977-1976. Protecting you and those you love financially. Make an appointment today.
Selecting for the best employee or boss? Make an informed decision. Learn more at teamplayerhr.com.
At Miracle Realty, we've been providing premier professional residential sales and property management in residential and commercial property for years. We manage single-family homes, condominiums, apartment buildings, commercial buildings, office space, and much more. No matter what experience level you have in property management, Miracle Realty strives to make your experience as stress-free as possible. Serving Madera and the surrounding areas, we use the latest technology and provide top-notch service. We're a trusted and reliable name in residential sales and property management with the experience to answer any questions or complications that might come up. Give us a call today or visit us online for more information.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
Hey, welcome back. Guess who I ran into out in the Iowas out there? Don's back. He's over there with talking to Jeff for a little bit, and I got him back over here now. And he's got some new stuff he's going to show me, and that he's been working on. That's pretty interesting. But how's your election going so far?
Well, I've got my signatures, qualified for the
ballot,
for at least for the special primary, and I'm still collecting on the other one. But we should be fine and all that, and get our money in on time and all that. And I guess this is coming up Thursday the 11th. That's the deadline for the special election, and so within a day or two of that, the public should know who's going to be on the ballot for that race. It probably will be 4 people. Myself as an independent, and then you got Clint Olivier as a Republican, Dr. Rambla, and a guy named Ted Miller as Democrats.
When they put the name down there, I've often wondered this. Maybe you can help me. Do they put does it go in alphabetical order?
You know what? There's actually they actually pull it out of the hat.
Oh,
it's a random drawing whose name is first.
I know a lot of times I know people's got voted in just because there's the top one.
Yeah, well, and that's a big thing, and they do it random. Yeah. And sometimes you win because your name got picked first, and so it's something to be aware of. I would encourage people to try to find out about who's running before, because
I've asked these Spanish-speaking people, I ask them what they're voting, and they go, "Oh, Charlie, we just first one, man, I get my vote in. I'm proud of it, proud of it. Who'd you vote for? I don't know. It's the first one."
Well, the state assembly.
I figured there was number one.
I think we have not yet had a constitutional convention under this Constitution. Our first constitutional convention took place under the Articles of Confederation.
Do they still have them conventions?
We have not had one, but we have a right to one under Article 5 of the U.S. Constitution. There's 2 pathways to amend the U.S. Constitution. One is if both houses of Congress, on a 2/3 vote, if they propose an amendment,
right,
and they send that out to either the state legislatures or to state ratification conventions. They could choose one or the other, and then the states, through one of those 2 processes, if 3/4 of the states, that's 38 states, ratify a proposed amendment out of Congress, that becomes part of the Constitution. So that's one pathway. The second pathway is if 2/3 of the state legislatures vote for a constitutional convention. Then a convention will sit, and just like the first one, they'll spend as much time as they feel they need to propose additional amendments, proposed amendments. Once the convention does that, that actually goes back up to the U.S. Congress, kind of loops through there, and Congress gets to decide again whether it's going to be state legislatures or state ratification conventions. And then again, if 38 states vote to approve a proposed amendment, it becomes part of the Constitution.
Boy, that sounds complicated.
It is, and that's why I'm running, because the state needs an expert on the Article 5 Convention Clause, and I think I'm actually one of the top 20 experts in the country right now, only because I've spent the time researching it for about the past 4 or 5 years.
I know I'm kind of like a political nut sometimes, a lot of stuff I do. And I never really ran into that Article 5, or never did dig into it.
And people have it because we haven't had one. We got close a couple times.
Yeah.
You know, the issue got close. A balanced budget amendment got close.
So if us people want a balanced budget every year, instead of like they do, run way over thousands, trillions, whatever, so they just burn it like it's paper, we can get together ourselves and bring this all together and vote and come up with a bill, I guess, or something.
Well,
how would we
unfortunately,
do this?
you can't. The way that the Constitution is written, you can't have a single topic convention.
So
the only provision is for a general convention. That isn't to say that you could not propose amendments to allow a limited convention, but somebody has to do that. Like Congress would have to propose an amendment to allow a limited topic convention, and I actually would advise the people not to do that, and this is why. The Constitutional Convention is when sovereignty gets returned to the people. We don't want limits on our sovereignty. The only time we have sovereignty is sitting in a constitutional convention, and only for the purpose of proposing amendments. We don't even get to change the Constitution unless the state legislatures ratify a proposed amendment. And so,
but do we really want to change?
Well, what we want to do.
I always thought the Constitution was pretty good.
It's pretty good, but
if you go by it,
if you don't want to mess with the Constitution unless experience teaches you otherwise. And that was the wisdom even way back then. George Washington emphasized this to the people. Before the Bill of Rights was written, he asked James Madison to go ahead and do a Bill of Rights. But he said, focus on individual rights. Don't mess with the structure of the check and balance system. And back then, even if you do a little bit of research, they had two categories of possible amendments that they could have made to the Constitution: structural amendments and rights-based amendments, or minority rights-based amendments. Okay?
What structure?
So structure would be, for example, you change, and this is what I'm proposing, change from 2 divisions of Congress into 3 divisions of Congress. That would be a change in structure. And you would not do that unless experience taught you that that was a good idea. And in this case, as Congress no longer listens to the people, you have to have some way to get them to listen.
Yeah, because they ain't listened to us in the last
10 years. And the only way,
longer.
And there's actually two defects that we have learned about over time through experience. One is that the Bill of Rights never got completed. There was one amendment that was supposed to initially limit each representative in the House to representing no more than 50,000 people. That way you would have a responsive representative and somebody you could go to, and somebody who would be familiar with all the various interests of the people that person represented. Yeah. Now, when you...
Sounds like right now we got Devin Nunes, right?
Yeah.
Which we never see, nothing.
He represents 750,000 people.
That's why we don't see him.
Yeah, if you look at it, I figured this math out, okay? If he just shook the hand of everybody he represents, and he spent 7 days a week, 8 hours a day, he was never even sitting in Congress, he was never collecting free money from the people, okay? He would have to shake over 1,000 people's hands a day. Your share would be 29 seconds, and guess what? Somebody else already took your time. It's like if your vote were lemonade.
Yeah.
Okay, it's been diluted so much since the beginning, you can't taste the lemon anymore. It's just water. And so it's not really a vote. You have no power left in your vote. And so it does suck. And what I came up with a system. Where you add a third level and you have 30 sub-representatives, and you give them the power to replace your representative in the House on a 2/3 vote with one of their 30. Now, that would cause your representative to listen to the people in their district, or they get removed.
Now, I would love that.
Yeah, it's going to take a while to convince everybody.
So, I don't know how many years Nunes has been in there, but I talked to him one time in all those years he's been in there. And that was on the radio. Me and him talked when his first time he got elected. So I asked him, is he going to do the walk or just do the talk?
Yeah.
He guaranteed me he was going to do the walk. But I found out later on he was just doing the talk.
Well, he likes to go on a KMJ, and KMJ is owned by this mega media corporation conglomerate. They own over 400 stations and over 90 markets. They not only own that AM station that has 50,000 watts, they own 4 of the FM stations. And you've got this sort of incestuous relationship amongst the corporate media here in town. You got the Ottstock brothers, one's on KMJ, one's on 24. You got the Appletons, one works for the Fresno Bee, one works for KMJ. Well, traditionally, the print media was supposed to act as a check and balance against radio and TV.
Well, they don't.
And now you got family members working at all of these various places. That's not a check and balance. The family member's not going to investigate, the kid's not going to investigate the father's corruption. And Nunes goes right on to corporate radio, and that's about it. In terms of the workers getting to talk to him, forget it.
This is the one big thing I cannot figure out with all these politics. When they go in, they're poor. When they come out, they're rich.
I know. And that's what everybody's accusing
That makes me
of
wonder
doing.
what goes on in there.
And that's why I think if you've got people looking over their shoulder,
stuff ain't going to happen.
Yeah, and it's better than term limits because you still keep your good people, your good experienced people, but the people who look like they're pulling money off the top, get rid of them. Or there's all kind of things that go on. Another thing,
but you try to get rid of them, seem like you can, like Clinton. What's her name? The girl.
Hillary.
Yeah. Oh, Miss Hillary. I gotta hear her name. I give her like this choker. But last night she was talking. She gave his speech at some college. $625,000 for 1 hour speech, and top that all off. They're asking her, how come you charge so much? And she said, well, they offered it to me, that price. Well, dang, that's just plain ripoff. I mean, she goes, if it was me, I said, no, I won't charge you that much, I'll drop it down to 100,000.
Well, you've even got an issue like that right here in this District 31. Our representative just quit. Henry Perea,
he
the
walked
Democrat,
out.
just quit. Walked off a year early. We literally are taxed without a representative right now in the state of California, and he took what apparently was a very well-paid lobbying job for the pharmaceutical industry.
Yep.
And it actually looks to me like the pharmaceutical industry hired lawyers to figure out the best strategy for him to exit and still get a Democrat elected, because I will tell you, I'm having a difficult time. He quit on December 31st. Mm-hmm. He gave less than 30 days notice that he was going to leave. I filed papers on January 11, or I pulled papers on January 11. But it is very difficult to get up to speed in a race like this. You need almost maybe a year's worth of advance, and the way that they time that, the only person who's going to be able to make enough money maybe to compete with the Democrat is the Republican. So it cuts out the independents.
It's hard for independent race.
It is hard, and I want to, if I could show this graphic right now. Gallup on January 11 issued a report. 42% of Americans are independents now, no party preference. 29% Democrats, 26% Republicans. This is across the nation. So you actually have far more independents than the other two parties. And if people understand this, I would encourage them to start running for your state legislature as an independent and call for a constitutional convention, because the only way to call a constitutional convention is through the state legislatures. The federal government has nothing to do with calling a constitutional convention.
Well, we're going to learn more about this.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are focused on the national race, when really what we need to do is get a constitutional convention called, and that means you need to start running for your state office. And whether it's a Republican, Democrat, or independent, if you're calling for a convention, you're doing the right thing. If you're not calling for a convention, you're allowing the federal government to continue to get more and more and more power. And the check and balance against that was meant to be a state called constitutional convention where the people get to vote for their own representatives in that convention, and things get set straight.
Now, did do that before they have the regular ballot? That's what they do, or sometime, or
the state legislatures get to vote, and so you have to have representatives voted in that are willing to bring up the subject of a constitutional convention and to explain to the other representatives. Really, we probably have a duty under our oath. If we're going to preserve this Constitution, we cannot let the federal government take all power. That was not the intention. The intention is that the states would be able to act as a check and balance on the federal government. And over the course of time, the federal government has gotten more and more and more power. And there are various reasons, historical reasons for that, going all the way back even to the Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights technically gave the federal government more power. We don't want to give those up.
No.
The Equal Protection Clause in the 14th Amendment technically gave the federal government more power. We probably don't want to give up the Equal Protection Clause. However, there are issues like this. Small businesses are having a very difficult time. Big businesses are making big money. Maybe you don't need the same rules for small businesses and big businesses. You should be able to have different rules.
Okay, well, you know what? You got me confused, real confused now.
Yeah.
So, why don't you come back if you can?
Okay.
And we'll talk more about this stuff and get the people to know about it, because I'm about running out of time here, so.
I'd love to.
If you can, Big Dan,
Thank you.
come back.
All right.
Learn a lot more about that.
Yes, I want to teach everybody. Thanks.
Thank you. Are we off?
CentralValleyTalk.com